and they have their own country, Japan. Okay, Korea, Korean say that they are is a Korean, and they have their own country, Korea. Russians claim that they are Russians, and they have their own country, Russia. I'm only trying to make nobody mad now, and you may not like me, but listen to me. I ain't got that much education, okay? Y'all listen to them devils out there, Pueblo Dollar and T.G. Jakes and Austin and Oprah Winfrey, okay, and all them other high dollar ministers, okay. So I don't want to make nobody mad, but I just use common sense now, because I'm a minister of common sense. I ain't got that much education. But Russia have their own country, and they call themselves Russians. Germany is a country, and the people in that country and from that country call themselves Germans. We're in this country called the U.S., which is a corporate entity, which is supposed, or in the beginning was America. Who are we? And where is our country? Everybody else got one. Where is our country? Everybody else got a country they can call their own. The Mexicans got Mexico. Now, I may not be hitting on that much according to the media, but they got Mexico. The Hispanics, okay, got Spain. The Italian claim that they got Italy. Romans claim to be Romans. The Arab claim that he is an Arabian. But we, as a nation of people, so-called colored people, Negroes, black people, Afro-Americans, where is our country? And who are we? That's a question for today. I want y'all black people to think about it. Think about it. Because it's time to wake up and smell the coffee. I don't want to make nobody mad now. Because I just teach common sense. Who are you? And why are you being treated the way you're being treated in this country when your ancestors was brought here against their will as slaves? When you have built this country, America, so-called the United States, and other foreign countries, the wealth been gathered off of your sweat and tears and blood. What do you have that you can call your own? That's the question to you today, black people. Do you have an answer? And if you don't, we as a people need to come up with one. White people claim that they came from Europe. And their original name, I believe, was a Caucasian. And they call themselves now in this country white people. That's what they claim to be. And you better not call them nothing else. They get upset. When you call them a cracker, they don't like it. Okay? Now, if you call them a white man or a white woman, they don't have no problem with that, because that's what they believe that they are. And they claim that they came from Europe, but they have taken the United States of America as their own. Now, the so-called black folks, another name that you've been called, what country do you have and can call your own? That's the question for today. My name is Bobby Collier. I represent the House of Common Sense. I was called into the ministry by Almighty God to help wake His people up. I'm the low man on the pole. I ain't high up like T.J. Jakes, Creflo Dollar, Price, Jimmy Swaggart, John Hagee, Joe Osteen, Oprah Winfrey, and all these other world-renowned pastors, Benny Hinn. You got a boy out there on TCT, Lord, I can't think of his name, Murdoch. Okay. He preached that same sermon over and over and over again and made millions of dollars on that same one sermon. I ain't popular like that. I'm the low man on the pole. And you may not like me. But if you listen to me, you might have to agree with me. You don't have to like me. I don't care if you don't like me. But as a nation of people, so-called colored people, black folks, African American, Negroes, nigger, who you really are. Who are you? When you cut the chase, cut the BS, okay, when it come down to the real nitty gritty, who are you? And where is your country? Can you tell me? I want to know. Other folks done called you many things, but who are you? or other people claiming countries. The Palestinians say Palestine belongs to them. Israel, even though they're not the true Israelites, is claiming that Israel belongs to them. But for the so-called people of color, so-called black folks, Negroes, nigger, colored people, African Americans, where is your country? Who are you? That's the question today. Do you have an answer? Can you tell me who are you and where you came from and where you're going? Because if you don't have those answers, you're liable to end up anywhere. Let me say that again. If you don't have the answers for the question I just asked, you're liable to end up anywhere. They have treated us like dirt. They lied to us, tried to take away our culture, use our young babies and young children as gator bait, murdered and slaughtered millions. Men, women, and children. Hoodwinked us under the 13th, the 14th, and the 15th Amendment. And even today, we own less than 1/2 of 1% of the total wealth in this country, and that's by design. We're the first to be fired and the last to be hired. You have brought down and tried and framed or killed most of all our black leaders, or caused something to happen to them, either through assassination or medical alteration. We know who you are and what you represent and what you will do, but the question is, black man and black woman, who are you? Because what nationality are you? Because we're more than being black. See, the name Russian is not a color. The name German is not a color. The name of an Indian is not a color. See, the white man is not a native nothing. He called the Indians a Native American. But what kind of American is he? He claimed to be a white American. And he owns America. He claimed that he's from Europe. Okay, well, I can accept that, but my people, the so-called black people, Negroes, African Americans, nigger, okay, and all the other names that they give us, who are we? And where's our country? Can you tell me? Do you have an answer? Are you really a citizen? Who was the 14th Amendment wrote for? And I want to close with this, the 14th Amendment. Okay? See, because some of y'all black folks need to wake up. See, y'all let the homosexual agenda ride on the 14th Amendment, but if it hadn't been for black folks, there wouldn't have been no 14th Amendment. Wouldn't have been no need for it. Understand the 14th Amendment, especially Section 4, when they're talking about the validity of the debt of the United States in suppressing insurrection and rebellion and whatever cause may occur in the process of suppressing insurrection and rebellion will not be questioned. The debt accumulated in doing that won't be questioned. That's a very powerful statement. Who were they talking about? Who were they talking about right there in that section, in Section 4? And on down the line, if you notice, they talk about emancipation. So those of you that's been asking for reparation, it ain't gonna happen. Because they said right there in the Constitution that they wasn't gonna pay. And they used the word slave. Who were they talking about? In Article 1, who were they talking about being 3/5? All your so-called Masonic order, black Mason, I don't see how you can be so proud of that compass in that square. I don't want to make nobody mad, but if you use common sense, the Declaration of Independence and the Constitution was drawn up and drawn and wrote by Freemasons, white Freemasons, and they wrote the black man and the black woman out of the Constitution. The Freemason Society, that secret society, have been an oppressor of black people and people of color. If you was white, you was all right, but if you were black, get your ass back. So, yeah, you're a 33rd degree. Thank you, Massa. You freed me. You can't do me like you do the rest that be, because I'm at the 33rd degree. Thank you for freeing me. I don't be like the other folk be. So you can do it to them, okay, but Master, don't do it to me, because I's a Mason now. But you're not a Mason in their branch. They brought you in under the Prince Hall. And if you just a 33rd degree, you don't know that they are much to begin with. Because there's 360 degrees in a circle. If you're only to the 33rd degree, hell, you ain't that smart. You don't know that much. You ain't went that far. But what you have done is jumped in bed with your oppressor. In a secret society. A society that have more privileges than another society. And I want to finish up on this, and this will be part 3 of this video on Who Are You? Excuse me, I'll be right back. I got an exciting, very exciting finish for you.